You are so cute.
Thanks.
We're live.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Jenna Wolf. The show was supposed to be called The Julia Roberts Show with Jenna Wolf because I thought people would watch, but we called it Jenna Wolf, so not as many people are going to watch, but who cares? So my friend was just talking to me about divorce. I don't know anything about divorce. Just like before I had kids, I knew nothing about kids. And before I had water, I knew nothing about water. But that's what life is all about. You figure it out as you go through it because you can't learn everything there is to know about something by somebody telling you about it. I'm convinced that experience is the best education. So I just assumed...
Did you ever see that movie? What's the movie with Best Experience for Life is Life? Matt Dillon, he was in the movie.
Matt Dillon.
The Flamingo Kid.
Oh, I did see the Flamingo Kid. You know how I know the Flamingo Kid? Because I had a poster of Matt Dillon from Tiger Beat magazine that was up on my wall next to 45,000 Michael J. Fox posters.
And I had a poster, coincidentally, of Jenna Jones, who was in the movie. She was the blonde.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, fast forward 7 years, and I had a poster of Gabrielle Reese on my wall. I played volleyball. I also played volleyball. I thought it was because we both shared the love of volleyball. It turns out years later, I was woefully wrong. Anyway, in my head, you have two kids, and they go from like leaving the hospital to then maybe being in diapers, and then all of a sudden they're like, swapping lunches in middle school, and then they're off to college. Like, why is it so hard? Having kids is so easy. And then I had a kid, and on day 2, I was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done on the planet. Like, how do people have kids? I'm a relatively intelligent, semi-strong, fairly grounded human being. It's day 2, and I don't even know, where's the instruction manual? Like, they sent me home from the hospital with no manual. Like, I don't know what to do. You live and you learn, and education is just, experience rather, is just phenomenal education. That being said, my friend said that he recently finally solidified his divorce. And I was like, oh, okay, like in one ear out the other, except the fact that I feel bad for him and I don't want him to have gone through any pain. But he said we did it in 109 days. I'm like, what is that, like a year? Like, I don't know anymore. I'm out of school now so many years. I'm like, is that a year? Is 109 days a year? What is it? Is that 2 years? Did it take you 2 years? I can't believe how long it took you. And he goes, no, that's nothing, 109 days. So, mind blown. Who knew? I mean, all I hear about are people getting divorces, left and right. If it was so hard, why is everybody doing it? It's almost easier to stay together in an unhappy marriage, seemingly, than it is to go through whatever it is you guys go through to get divorced. My only experience with divorce is The Good Wife. I watch on The Good Wife, and they have some divorce. And there were 2 episodes of Law & Order. Other than that, and my friend who just told me that he is now getting divorced. Other than that, I don't know much about divorce. And I'm never going to go through it. But in another life, if I ever do, I'll come back and do this whole spiel with the kids as I did with the divorce. Anyway, that being said, it's been a good week. I spent all last week in LA, which is equally as hot as it is here in New York. Totally different vibe out there. You're out there, you're like, I could see myself getting used to this. And then you come back here, I'm like, I could never get used to that.
Gina's staying in a crappy marriage, too.
Gina, stay in your crappy marriage. It's easier than getting divorced. Trust me, I signed a prenup. Like, that was hard enough. I could never go through divorce. Show of hands, who's gonna, my hand's not up, but who would rather stay in a crappy marriage than go through the hell that is divorce? Anyway, a week in LA at the Idea Fest, which is this amazing convention of every fitness pro and gym person and trainer and gym owner and anyone that plays in the fitness space coming together, about 7,000 people. I introduced Amy Van Dyken Ruin. She said she woke up after her accident. She got into an accident in Paris. She was the Olympic swimmer. She won like 4 gold medals or something. Then she had an ATV accident, woke up paralyzed because she broke her back. And she said before the accident she was just Amy Van Dyken, and then when she woke up she became Amy Van Dyken Ruin. Not that anyone cares about that story, but I thought I would share that. I introduced her. She won this Courage Award at the event, and then I gave this big speech, the keynote address about life, about how, what I always preach, about how what we're living in today, Thursday, 2016, whatever it is, this isn't dress rehearsal, right? This is your life. You're in it. This is the show. It doesn't start in an hour, it doesn't start in a month, and it certainly doesn't start in a year. You're living the show. So anything you want to put off or anything you want to wait or procrastinate in doing, whether it's get in shape or invest in something or make a decision or get divorced or stay together, whatever the hell it is you want to do, you better do it now, because there's no second showing in a year from now. This is it. So it was what I just said in 30 seconds expanded to 40 minutes worth of a speech, and it was wonderful and it was lovely. And I did TV for many years, and there's nothing more satisfying to me than sitting across from someone and being able to actually say that to someone's face and watch it process and watch them say, you know what, I'm going to go do something. I'm going to go step outside my comfort zone. I'm going to go, do a cannonball into the deep end. Do something that's outside of the lane that you're driving in, and I promise you, you will grow. And you may take a step forward, you may take a step backwards, but you will take a step somewhere. And that is better than doing nothing. Something is always better than doing nothing. I got back from LA, and then I had to go, anyway, it was great, and I had a great time. And then I did a workout with like 150 people. Oh, it was just a fantastic weekend. And then, also because I got to wear a sports bra for like 72 straight hours. Like, you guys out there know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I
It's
was actually
amazing.
very happy that you mentioned
That I meant to mention sports bra. Yeah. In fact, I got up on stage and I said, "This is going to be an amazing weekend for no other reason than I get to wear a sports bra all weekend. Like, what's better than that?" My boobs were like, "Na na 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 na." And then, real quick, I just have to mention this because if I can't vent to you, who can I vent to, right, Lance?
That's right.
I went to Cleveland on Tuesday. On paper, it looked like this: 6 a.m. flight to Cleveland, do my event with the amazing YMCA, 6:30 p.m. flight back to New York. Easy peasy. It rained for 8 minutes the night before into LaGuardia. The whole system got thrown off. The whole system. An 8-minute storm into LaGuardia meant none of the overnight planes could come in, so none of the 6 a.m. flights went out. The overnight planes that did come in, all of that crew was on 24-hour crew rest, so they could not work, and they had to all be given off. So none of the 6 or 8 a.m. flights took off, and now everyone's trying to get out there for the RNC. I'm trying to get out there for something else. Doesn't even matter. I went from LaGuardia to Kennedy to Newark to finally make a 9-something flight. I was supposed to get to Cleveland by 7:40. I landed at 10:50. My event started at 11. I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom or take water or change my pants. I literally ran on stage and did it. I left and I said nothing could be worse until I got to the airport. My flight was delayed. An hour and a half I sat on the tarmac for 35 minutes in Cleveland. We circled LaGuardia again from the rain 2 days ago. Finally got and landed, and they couldn't find a gate for us. And at that point you just say, you know what? As long as I'm in the tri-state area, I will at some point, I'm closer to home than I was when I was in Cleveland. So I came off an amazing weekend in LA, and I had a great time with the YMCA in Cleveland, and now I am home, and my diatribe is finally coming to an end. It's like I build it up. It's like it festers all week, and then someone hits record on Periscope, and it all comes out. It's like therapy for me. I should get really personal. It's just, wow. Can you imagine if I got real personal?
I don't know how personal do you want to get?
Not very personal.
Okay.
We have a fun show. Some really interesting, cool people who have some really interesting, cool backstories. And I can't wait to introduce you to all of them. If there are no other questions, because there have been none so far, we're going to stop, reset, come back, and I'll introduce you. We'll talk to you soon, guys.